So I've told you what I'm going to do, and now I need to say a bit about why. It's to raise funds to build a classroom for school children in a small town in the north of Madagascar, a town called Ambondromifi. I've been practicing how to pronounce that, not sure I got it right. But I first went to Madagascar, I think it was in 2003. I was working with a man called Alex Totomaravario, who worked at the university there. He ran the English department in the University of Antsiranana, right at the very northern tip of Madagascar. And we were working in order to establish a partnership between our two universities, which never came off because of internal politics in his university and in my university, Aix-Marseille. So the whole thing eventually ground to a halt. But we met several times, and I went to Madagascar to consult with him and work with his students, and we formed a friendship. And Alex, I admired him hugely. He was a person, perhaps I've never met someone quite as conscientious as that in my life. And in a country where, unfortunately, corruption is rife, he really stood out. Sadly, he died 3 years ago, but I kept in touch with his wife, Laurette, because I remembered her telling me about this project to start a school in Ambondromifi, and I wondered if there was anything I could do to help. So that was how the idea of this run came about, because the children now need a nursery classroom. But now over to Laurette, because she will explain it better than I can.
Hi, my name is Laurette, and I'm the Mothers Union School Project Coordinator in the village of Ambondromifi. Now, why is a school project so relevant for the village of Ambondromifi? Well, let me tell you about the situation in that village. For most people in that village, the main activity is digging sapphire precious stones and selling them to rich foreign businessmen at a very low price. Very early in the morning, they go down to mining areas and come back late in the evening. This is a very hard work for very little income. They can't even afford to send their children to school. So what they do is either leave the children with street vendors and neighbors, and with a high risk of child trafficking or sexual exploitation. Or they take the children with them in the mining areas, and that is equally dangerous. In 2008, the Mothers Union set up the school project in the premises of the local Anglican church. Finally, in 2011, we started the school, enrolled about 35 children. Today, we have 2 small classrooms for the primary level. So parents are so relieved for the security of their children. However, there's still a lot to improve. For example, the children in the nursery school are still hosted in the church building, which is not appropriate for them. They need a bigger place to move about or to put their things. That is why today we are making an appeal to anyone who loves children, anyone who cares for the rights and the protection of children, to come and help us. Thank you very much for backing up Peter's running project.
So there you have it. The children need a classroom, and we're looking to raise 7,200 euros, which I know is quite a lot, but if you could share it with as many people as possible, that would be a great help, and hopefully we will get to reach this 7,200 euro target, because it would make a big difference to the children in the Little Sapphires school. Thank you very much. Oh, one last point. You may be wondering why at the end of her talk there, Laurette says she thanks you for backing Peter's run. And you're thinking, well, hang on, who is this guy Peter? Isn't his name Curtis Bose? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about in the next video. A bientôt.